there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ENDCAST. I forgot which episode this is, number-wise, so let's just jump straight into it. So for newcomers, as always, we got tech news, video games, and other news, and the games we played. I'm going to keep this 15 to 20 minutes, so hopefully this is a nice drive length or trip to work kind of thing, and hopefully not your bathroom break. But I do know, me included, there are people out there, we got 10 to 20 minute bathroom breaks. So that ain't new. That is not something that doesn't have happen. I'm living proof of it, and so are you. Anyway, let's get to it. First, Apple Watch, peeps. I want to talk about this. We're getting tech out of the way. There's two articles on tech that I want to talk about. From BGR, Apple Watch is about to get a revolutionary new health feature that could save your life. Look, guys, that's I don't know if it could save your life, but I mean, it could, but that's just a catchy clickbait thumbnail title. It's just an blood oxygen level meter, okay? So I have one, it's a finger one, and by the way, so if you're new or don't know, because this podcast, pretty much no one listens to it, just a small few. So if you know or you don't, that still applies. Anyway, the blood oxygen meter, I'm a health freak in a sense, not food-wise per se, but data-wise. I like to have my data, know what my body's going through, be aware, in a technical level. And so I keep track of my temperature, I'm in blood pressure, oxygen levels. I wanted to keep levels of my glucose, for goodness sakes, but I do not have $200 or $100 laying around to buy one of those machines just for the sake of data collecting. I do participate in the research for health on the Apple program because I believe in it. I believe in helping developing medical or health-related technology, but I do not trust any other company. And Apple's like on the borderline. Like, I trust them enough to do it. I still have my doubts, and I mean, any company, nothing's perfect. But with health data, I treat it as super important. But at the same time, what's the point of collecting it if I'm not gonna share it, right? Like, it's a waste of time, okay? Oh, this person died. Oh, that's cool, man. He had hundreds and hundreds of days logged in, years logged in of his data, his eating habits, all of it. It would have been nice to be able to study it, and we can study it now that he's dead. Why did he die? Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why I joined it and decided to do it. But anyway, a blood oxygen level, 80% or lower is considered no good. That can lead to a bunch of health issues, organ damage and whatnot. So definitely, if you are testing yourself with your blood oxygen, make sure you're not below or close to 80. I usually average 97, so I'm pretty good, but I want to be at 100% all the time. Whenever I reach 99, I'm like, yes, that's what's up. But what is the error margin on those machines? On the one I have, I do not know. My dad used to use it when he was roaming around the earth. So anyway, people, that's that. I'm excited to the new Apple Watch. Pretty much the main reason I have Apple Watch is for the health tracking. By the way, let's share some rings here. Share your rings with me, on social media if you want to, and we can compete. I am halfway through my calories. I worked out for 42 minutes, not bad, and stood up for 3 out of 12 hours. I woke up at 6:57. I should have grabbed that Apple Watch, put it on, and just got it up and got in that free hour. But anyway, I did not. This other article that I like, and I think it's interesting, I really like this part. Look, and by the way, this is for the people watching on YouTube. This part is what I'm referring to. I'm going to read it out loud for you podcast listeners. And by the way, if you don't know, I do this podcast every Friday. It's once a week. I just compile all the news of the week and then I share them with you. If you have any comments, you want to leave them in the comment section or hit me up on social media under NWAR07. NWAR07. Anyway, it'll be in the link and whatnot. I need to do a quick edit. So let's hit this article. Broadband data caps. The Kotaku article exists solely to be able to get you into pricing, blah, 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 blah. The part I like was this one. As Vice reports, AT&T is the first major company to make the decision to suspend all broadband data caps, as what could be millions of Americans are forced to stay at home and, download a bunch of video games / watch Netflix. That is dope. I think getting rid of the data caps. I wouldn't call him BS, but I guess the Luke Plunkett is actually really passionate about this. So I guess that's why they or she or him or they, him, they, whatever it is, decided to put that title up there. What are you up to this weekend? What are you up to now if you are quarantined, especially in Europe, some of the countries? And apparently I just read a headline before this, I started a podcast, that we're going to have a ban or restricted traveling or something here in the US, which, I mean, I'm okay. We have food now in the house, so we have food for a couple, I'd say a month and a half. So not 2 months for sure. I eat a lot. But anyway, we're pretty good, so it wouldn't be that bad, but I'm just curious to see how they would treat it. I personally think this is my coronavirus thing, but I'm going to finish off with this data cap. I think people are going to realize that the 1 terabyte implementation of data cap that Comcast, Xfinity decided to force upon its users in a lot of states in the United States. I don't know outside the country if they even operate, actually. I mean, they're huge, so I don't think they're only US. But anyway, the data cap is utter trash, garbage, and it's a crime, and people did not complain about it enough. I was in Japan, I think, when it got implemented, or I wasn't aware of, so I am guilty of it too. But anyway, all I'm saying is I hope some people realize that the 1 terabyte is trash. I use on average 3 terabytes a month, and that's a family of 4 people. But anyway, that's my thoughts. What are yours? Do you hate the data cap? Are you not affected by it? I actually pay $50 extra a month to be able to have unlimited on top of my normal rate, which is like 50, 70 bucks, I forgot, something like that. I try not to think about it. As long as it doesn't go up, I'm good. Anyway, that's tech news. But before we go into video game news, you know what? I don't want to talk about Corona this whole time. So let's not, okay? I'm just going to say, people, have food, Corona or no Corona, you should have some kind of self-sufficient food available to you, just at a smarts, okay? Second of all, the coronavirus is serious, but it's not as serious as they're making it. And you can throw away in the comment section, you can hashtag me, you can tag me everywhere you want on social media. Just remember N107. But the thing is, I don't think it is. And I think people, though, I do think that the media coverage is good in the sense of, let's make sure everyone on the face of the planet understands that they shouldn't get around without washing their hands, touching their face. Keep sanitation a priority. And cancel some events. I'm okay, man. I think canceling some of the events is good. Because, let's be honest, why gather up in this and get infected together? But I do think some places are taking it a little too far. Maybe like Italy, I think that was overly done. But the thing is, what? I just heard my voice. What the fuck? Oh, headphones. Okay, that's that I'm watching this dude stream on the Xbox Ambassadors channel, which I'm an Xbox ambassador, by the way. And so I just watching him and supporting him. But anyway, he's talking and I can hear him through the speakers. But I mean, my headset. I need to turn it off. There we go. There. Okay. So yeah, that's Corona. Let me know how you doing. But remember, if you're elderly, you need to stay at home and make sure you binge watch some Netflix. Video game news, people. Mortal Kombat Spawn. Here's my thoughts with Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, Spawn himself, I don't really care for him. Honestly. I'm not, like, in the sense of, yes, he looks good. He looks interesting. But I'm not a fan because I didn't even know he was a comic book character. And so I guess I'm not a big comics book guy. But anyway, people are going nuts that he's coming out March 24th, I think. And there's a beta for him on the 18th, if I remember right. 17th, actually, apparently, according to this article. And so, anyway, if you're excited for Spawn, let me know. My neck's hurting because I'm not laying against my chair. Give me a second. There we go. So, if you're excited, let me know. But for me, I just want to let you know the release date is on the 24th. So he's coming out. You're going to enjoy him. I'm going to be playing Doom Eternal by then. So that'll be me. But definitely Spawn's out. If you have the pass, it was 60% off with the tournament, which I watched. And it was a good tournament. Oh no, this article, I wanted to get rid of it. But anyway, because I didn't dive too much into it, I kind of read through the whole article, but I forgot to delete it before I started recording. But anyway, she apparently started as a kid playing soccer and whatnot, and then she switched to Fortnite and she's made it big. It just shows you it is possible. Of course, not only Mixer people, streaming for hours and hours, and I suffer from this now, especially now that I moved recently to Mixer from Twitch. Streaming from hours to hours and is not going to help you. You need marketing. You need distribution spreading out. You need YouTube. You need your Twitter, your Instagram. You need something besides the platform you stream on. Because these platforms, it's all live content. There's really no offline content. And YouTube would be king at this, but at least for now, and I'm expecting them to change this year, YouTube just sucks at promoting your live content. Okay? When was the last time you actually easily, indirectly, directly, doesn't matter, found a live stream of your favorite live streamer on YouTube that you don't currently follow? In the sense, and so that's kind of weird, because if you favorite streamer, then you would already follow him. But you know what I'm saying? The user interface for YouTube live streaming is trash compared to everything else. But with some software and UI engineering, boom, fixed. So be prepared, because YouTube might just come swinging this year. But anyway, I'm on Mixer because I prefer Mixer than YouTube. YouTube's my offline stuff. What was the other thing? New video games coming out this week. Neo 2. I currently haven't even played the first one. I was expecting to play it by this podcast, but I did not. Or in the Will of the Wisp. I played the first one. The second one looks just as good or better. And more. What games are you excited for this week? I wanted to hear your opinion. All the other ones, I don't like. I didn't have any interest in the other ones, so I didn't read them. But if you are interested in any of them, let me know. Now, the big thing, okay? The big news of the week, which I didn't even know. I didn't know nothing about it. Maybe because I was getting into Mortal Kombat, Halo Wars 2, and etc., etc. My biggest surprise of the week was Call of Duty Warzone. Okay, this thing, I didn't even hear rumors about it. I don't know why. But maybe I did. I ignored it because I kind of was done with Call of Duty for a little bit. Is that Call of Duty and I have a hate-love relationship. I mean, I love the Modern Warfare recent game. I think it's great. It took a while, kind of like Gears 5, to finally get the content that it should have had at the beginning. So that kind of threw me off. I was a little disappointed. I was like, okay, not a little. I was disappointed. I was like, this is unfair. This is not right. This is a AAA title releasing with half its content in a sense. But anyway, now it's back to fruition, and I'm getting back into it. So they got me. They got me, sir. But anyway, Warzone is, for people that don't know, Warzone is free for everybody. You can download it, whatever. It's kind of like a free Battle Royale, kind of like the Fortnite of Call of Duty in a sense. So you just download it. It's a PC, every console except the Switch, because the Switch, I mean, let's not talk about the Switch. But anyway, 150 people, and you can, this is my favorite part, when you die, you get a free chance once, and you get to fight on a 1v1 in the Gulag, the prison. This prison, you kill the other person or they kill you, doesn't matter. What matters is who's the better prisoner. Who's the best garbage human being that ended up in the prison. That's the way I treat it when I play. It feels really good to get out, but you get out if you win. If you don't, you die, and you just have to be revived by your teammates for $4,500 as of right now. I'll be reading patch notes, by the way. I'll upload a video. I'll upload this one first, and then I'll upload for today or tomorrow. I'll upload the patch notes for the current Warzone, and then I'll update the patch notes if they release an update coming next week, since usually Call of Duty updates their playlist and patch notes on Tuesdays. But I will get on with that video, and that'll be on my YouTube channel, N107. I invite you to go visit it if you are interested in knowing what changes and what doesn't. And plus tips. So if your teammates can revive you as many times as they can afford to, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, the Warzone, I was a little worried as to how you're gonna come back, because that's my main thing I hated about Battle Royale, is not coming back and just watching your teammates. Is boring as hell, no matter how good they are. And so I'm glad they fixed it. As of right now, what I'm having issues with, I'll just talk about it in the podcast. Never mind. I'll talk about it in the video, on the patch notes video, on what I'm experiencing, and then you can share over there, so we keep this thing a little more focused. Anyway, it's great. My feedback right now is that it's really positive and it's working like a charm. And I'm really excited for the future of it. And it's got me back into Battle Royales because I had quit them about 6 months ago. I just done. I was bored with them. But I'm excited for this one. So, let me skip a few things here. Can your PC run Doom Eternal? Look at the specs, people. Recommended specs. I'm not going to talk about the minimum. You can look them up or pause the video. But look, the recommended, it's decently high as to CPU wise, and 1080. Okay, we're talking a 1080 here is the recommended, right? So 1060 though, I think is I haven't even read the other ones. Oh yeah, 1050 Ti, a 1650K. So minimum. But the high-end specs, look at that. An i9 9900K or an NVIDIA RTX 1080 Ti, okay, 16 gigabytes of RAM, which, let's be honest, that's what your computer should have. 8 gigabytes is like, that's a phone level thing, except if you're on iOS, that's still 4. Anyway, or 3. Anyway, I'm saying a lot of anyway. Anyway, so you're gonna require a monster if you want to run this thing at 4K 60 FPS. So I'm expecting the Xbox One X, which comes out on the 19th. I'm going to be playing on nighttime for a little bit. I'm expecting it to be dynamic for sure. Because if it requires that much power to run, that's gonna be wild. That's insane. Anyway, so there's a bug, which I'll just save this article for the actual video. The reason why I posted this article on Game of Thrones. Now, so I have this article on screen. If you are watching, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're just listening, if you remember, Game of Thrones announced a mobile game 2 years ago, I think it was 2 or so years ago. I was super excited. Game of Thrones craze all over the place, right? Besides the ending, which I liked. It was the whole season out of itself wasn't up to Game of Thrones standards, but I would not say it was bad because I've seen bad TV shows, right? And even to Game of Thrones standard, it wasn't trash. It wasn't bad, I would say. It was lackluster, right, to Game of Thrones standards. But the game, when it came out, was like this building Farmville trash that at first I tried to like, but I just couldn't because of the pay-to-win mechanics. That's what threw me completely off. I would have held on and put some time into it and enjoy Game of Thrones on my phone if it actually was something. Then, of course, some other games came out, but I completely stopped caring for mobile Game of Thrones. And now comes out this, which is called New Game of Thrones Game Beyond the Wall, is launching iOS and Android later this month. I remember being interested in this game. I don't remember why, but I do. So that's why I brought it up. But I just wanted to say how, for me, mobile gaming, I know the industry is going through a bit of morphing stage, like morpheus. It's like morphing a little on every end. How to monetize things, right? Free to play and whatnot. But for me, mobile, besides the shining Apple Arcade, for example, that offers quality games with no in-app purchases, which I played some and it still looks good. I'm still positive about it. That's why, even though I don't play it much, I'm still paying for it because I support it. What I've played and what I've seen is good. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, but inform me, please. I want to know if I'm wrong, if you're more into it than I am. But from what I am diving into it and digesting, it is good for the industry. Because mobile gaming, honestly, for me, it is trash. It is a waste of time. I would say that you're not a true gamer if that's all you do. I would say you're an efficient or good waste. That's not gonna sound right. You're good at wasting time. There we go. A good waster of time is what I was gonna say. Because there's really no competitive edge. There's no critical thinking. Yeah, it's like playing Call of Duty robotically without much thinking. You can easily do it. You won't get too far, but I mean, you still can get pleasure and win some games here and there. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about mobile, and so that's why I brought this one up. I want to just bring that attention. By the way, pretty much just Call of Duty. There's so many news on Call of Duty, so I'm just gonna cut it off there and mention how these two things were interesting. So the games I played this week, games we played section. I played Halo Wars 2. I'm still slightly playing it. Like I'm playing it, but not investing a lot of time in it. So I'm gonna be learning and growing slowly. I'm mostly playing with some people that are really good at it, so they can kind of make up the difference, pick up the slack. I played Call of Duty Warzone and Modern Warfare a lot, and I'm gonna keep playing. I bought the Tamagotchi, man. The Tamagotchi. I don't care what you pronounce it. It's a Tamagotchi. It doesn't matter. You know what it is. I'm going to keep feeding it. I bought it. I think it's a decent price for it. Like maximum price, I would say $5 is good. But anyway, I love Tamagotchi, so I'm glad that's out. MK11. I've been playing. Finally, I played it yesterday after a whole week of not playing it almost. And it was fairly easy to just jump in. But anyway, there's that. And there is these two articles real quick. Elon Musk thinks that the coronavirus panic is dumb, which I mentioned at the beginning. I agree with him. I think the panic is too much and we should relax a little bit, but just keep our, precautions on. Don't be dumb about it. But this article. So apparently this company, Japanese porn maker, made 200 movies available for free due to coronavirus, and the article says that the site cannot be reached because it crashed, more than likely due to demand. But anyway, they said people are going to stay at home, so they got to do, social distancing will lead to the desire to enjoy, I guess, some good porn, I guess, out there. But anyway, that's pretty much the episode for today. I apologize for some of the weirdness of it. I have a lot of things on my mind. This week has been really exciting. On Mixer, it's been a lot of learning experiences, a lot of people that I'm meeting, and so I'm super excited to keep going. But my main thing in life is I choose to do too many things. That I do believe in the saying, well, if it's the guy on the stream, I just saw something really interesting, but I do believe in the saying that being good at everything means you're a master of none. I think you can still be a master of something and still be good at a lot of things. But it is a fine balance of saying no to some things and saying yes to others. And that's what I'm struggling with right now as to time management. There's so much I want to do, and I want to do it all. But I want to pick some specific stuff and be sort of a master at it, So anyway, that's pretty much this week. So I have a lot on my mind as I'm talking. And for some reason, I haven't been sitting straight on this chair and using my pillow, and my neck has been bugging me. And I'm done boring you. This is the ENDCAST. I'm in War 07. And if you have anything to say,